Hi, and welcome to Plate It. My name is Mark, and today we're making lamb chops. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, make sure you recommend us by hitting the like button. So let's see what we're working with. We've got a full rack of lamb that we're displaying for you so you can see how we started here. And you can cut these right in between the bones if you buy the full rack at the store, or you can actually have the butcher do it, for you. So just make sure that you get them cut up though. And after that, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to dry them off. We're just going to get a paper towel and get them dry to receive all the nice, good spices that we're going to put on them next. You can see that lamb chop is the bone's a little thicker. It's a little bit more meat on them. They are a little bit more gamier, but that to me that just tells me that there's plenty of flavor. There's a punch in these, so you're not going to need a ton of seasonings. If you just use salt and pepper, that'd be great. And you can see here that it does have a little fat cap on the outside, and the fat cap is actually what's going to give it the flavor that you want. So I didn't have all the fat trimmed off of it. I had most of the fat trimmed off of it. But with lamb, you can see the fat is on the outside, and there's less marbling on this particular cut. And so I wanted you to see that as well. Let's get it seasoned up. So we're going to put 4 Australian lamb chops here on the board, and then we're just going to season it. I use a New Zealand lamb rub from Colorado Spice. So you can use any lamb rub, or you can just use salt and pepper, or the usual suspects of spices. For something like this, it would be maybe like salt and pepper, maybe some red pepper flakes, some thyme, rosemary, maybe some citrus, maybe a lemon peel. But that's all in the rub as well. So we're going to get it rubbed up very well. We're going to use the rub to add as a coat as well on the fat side, because I'm going to show you next what we're going to do with the fat side. Because a lot of people, when they're cooking lamb chops, they use oil and that sort of thing. We're going to cook the lamb in its own fat, which sounds kind of weird, but you don't need the grease because it is got the fat on it. So let's go ahead and finish pressing everything down, getting everything rubbed up and ready to go. This is a very simple recipe. But you just have to pay attention to what you're doing when you're cooking. If you enjoy cooking, or you're a novice, you're just trying it out, this is something that you could definitely do. And again, on all sides, go ahead and season everything up. And they're thick enough to do that with. Preheated our black cast iron skillet to about medium there. And what we're doing, not laying them flat first, we're going to go and lay it on the fat, because what we want to do next after seasoning is start to cooking. And you've got it on the fat in the medium heat, and it's rendering out some of that good fat, so we don't have to put the oil in the pan. And so I'm kind of just using a little gymnastics here by holding everything together. It seems kind of awkward, but it's really not. They're wide enough to really hold themselves, and you're just kind of making sure they don't fall. Let them cook off a little bit, let them render down and caramelize, and start laying them flat. And you can turn up the heat now just a little bit over medium, and just to get them going. Lamb this big, you probably want to cook it maybe 2 to 3 minutes on each side. If you'd like a little bit more doneness, you can cook it longer. But what we want to achieve here is get a crust on it. before we actually turn, and then we can start flipping back and forth. And you can see here with this close-up shot that it started, all the fat has rendered down. I didn't put any oil in the skillet, and so you've got everything cooking the way that you want it. And you can pair this with potatoes or asparagus or spinach. I like the lighter side of everything though. And right here, we're gonna flip it over. And you can see the crust that we wanted is there. And it's sizzling. I wish you could smell this. It smells great. And you want to move your meat around a little bit. You might have a hot part of the skillet that you want the big ones in first, and then you put the small ones in. And you just let the small ones cook on each side. And at this point, what you want to do is make sure that everything is contacted to the skillet, and then just work with it. Start flipping them. You can start flipping them back and forth and moving them around. You don't want the meat to overcook, because lamb can be a tough piece of meat if it does. And you can see I'm testing here with my finger, because what you're doing is just checking the temperature. The more give, the more rare. So the more firm, the more well done. We wanted a medium. So right now we're almost there. And so we're gonna go ahead and show you the plate after we pull them out, and we're gonna cut it and everything. But we're gonna drop down some mint just to get the more aromatics and more fragrance into the skillet. And we're gonna get it. These were very juicy, and it turned out the perfect pink. And so you just have to work with it for a while to figure it out. We appreciate you guys watching the video. Give us a like, give us a review. Thank you very much for watching Plate It. Our channel is now growing, and with this tzatziki sauce, we'll put up a link to it because we made this earlier, and you'll like that video as well. It paired very well with these lamb chops. Again, thank you for watching Plate It, and thank you for subscribing. Very good. Let's get another cut. Can you see the pink there? That's what we wanted to achieve, because it's no blood, it's just pink, and it's very tender and juicy.